So what is the cost of letting your dreams die? Let's be honest, you don't know. Neither do I. You can't possibly figure it out, but you can suffer with the consequences. My name is Mr. 2020. You are listening to the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing and one thing only, the power of you. And years ago, I fell in love with the teachings of this fellow, Neville Goddard. And I don't know, I had a dream of making a difference in the world. I was living in the backwoods of Pennsylvania when I started on that. And I was teaching little classes. And I was making a difference in some worlds. And then I sold it all and I moved around the world at one point. I met her. And I had a dream. I had a dream of being with her, of being an Australian. And I just felt that we could make a difference in the world. But let's remember, money comes and money goes, doesn't it? So you know what you pay for a loaf of bread or a dozen eggs. Or broccoli, if that's your thing. But what's the cost of letting your dreams die? A year ago today, I realized I let my dreams die. Not all of them. I started doing martial arts when I was 12 years old. I fell in love with Kempo karate and Kung Fu. Learned all kind of cool things from cool kids for years. Trained with some very interesting people. And at some point, I hurt my hip and I let my dreams die. Didn't happen that quickly, though. I mean, we had COVID come along and the loogies and the lockdowns. You got to remember, Victoria and I live in the most locked down city in the world. And we were, for the most part, locked down for about 2 years. I wasn't a fan of being told I had to get a vaccination. I had plenty of shots growing up. And I didn't like the experience, so I opted out, which kept me locked down even longer than most people. Love me or hate me for that, I don't care. See, I believe you've got this thing called choice. And you can choose. Am I spending or investing? Because money comes and money goes. You're going to spend some, you're going to invest others. And a lot of people don't invest all that much. Years and years ago, my accountant said, "You didn't have anything in your retirement." I said, "I know. Had a few $1,000. He goes, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Learn." And I dropped all kind of money, well over 6 figures in learning things. Going to play with people, going to stay with people. Taking time out. Diving deep into possibility. And boy, am I thankful for that now. I'm 58 years old. But let's step back a second. 1 year ago, Christmas Day, I realized that I was imagining my glory days as a fighting fit person in the past. I was huge. Like 260 pounds. That's a lot for someone with my frame. Since then, I've lost 2 Christmas hams and a Thanksgiving turkey of ugly fat, gained inches of muscle. I have clothing falling off of me, and I have clothing that's way too tight on my chest and arms. And I don't need a walking stick anymore. I'm doing all kind of cool martial arts things. I can even moonwalk. I could barely walk a year ago. And I'm okay admitting that. Because in one part of my world, I let my dreams die. And I went from having the government as my enemy, with the whole lockdown and loogies things, to my body was my enemy. And I could just feel that life physically was becoming a burden. And I was worried about becoming a burden to Victoria as we got older. Because if this is what I got to look forward to, I'm 57 years old at that time. I suspect I'm going to live another 40 or 50 years. And if I need a walking stick and painkillers now, again, this is me thinking a year ago, I'm screwed, pal. But I still have a dream to serve, a dream to give. And it hit me, you know what? I'm the guy. I was told at 12 years old that I would be a cripple in my 20s. They showed me braces and wheelchairs, and this is what you have to look forward to. And you can slow it down. Radio. You might even be able to correct it, but probably not. They told me with PTSD when I was 23, 24, we can maintain it. You can take drugs. The drugs will take the bottom off, but they'll also take the top off too. So you'll have more of a calm life. I don't want calm. I want to feel alive. One thing I notice is when people chase calm, they're still focused on problems. And I keep inviting you to possibilities. I met her and I noticed a possibility. I could stay and play with her. And that moved me around the world. We talked the other day about doubts versus dreams. You can't believe both. You're going to see the world. You're going to hear my voice through your dreams or through your doubts. And if you doubt you, you're probably believing that you're doubting me. You can't possibly doubt me. You can only doubt you. That's a truth worth exploring. I can't possibly doubt her. I can only doubt me. Can you imagine the pressure that takes off of her? And the doubt doesn't have to be spoken because the doubt is simply experienced in everything you do. So are your dreams. Anyway, let's do the crass commercials. JoinRemarkable.com. We're exploring the 12 disciples in 2025. JoinRemarkable.com. You got a monthly group call. We've got some little calls we do now too, starting them up in January. Private Facebook group. Some people do one-on-ones with me during the whole process. And as a Remarkable member, we always tell people, anytime you want to, ask me for 2 minutes, we can have a quick chat. That's a lot of fun. But I don't do that with the public because people be going, how do I get my ex back? How do I win the lottery? I could care less. I'm more interested in you instead of trying to solve your problems. I'm more fascinated by what happens whenever we can explore the possibility, the playground of possibility together. Because what you are is infinite possibility. And when you settle for a life of problems and trying to fix problems, you start feeling like you need a fix and you need fixed. And you have a problem and you'll have a problem. But let me go back way to the beginning. What's the cost of letting your dreams die? You don't know. You can't possibly know the cost of letting your dreams die. But I can tell you this much. Whenever you choose to start doubting your doubts and walk away from that loop, whenever you choose to actually listen to the desires that are beckoning you to the dance of life that's possible for you, you'll get why I share. There's a sacred song being sung. And there's a sacred song being sung to you, by the divineness of you. And you can dance with that. You can dance to that song. But you can't as long as you believe in your doubts. Because your dreams, your desires are divine in origin. They all have their plan and they all have their own power of fulfillment. And your doubt goes, I don't know if I can make it happen. I don't know what'll happen. Well, what happens when, well, what if? Yeah. But what if? That's one way to live life, and that's not living. So I'm inviting you. JoinRemarkable.com. That's the biggie, guys. And it's a lot of fun, and you can put as much or as little time in as you want. The group calls are recorded. The Facebook group is fun. But it's not for bitchy bystanders. And here's my homework for you today. What's the cost of letting your dreams die? It's like having a multi-million-dollar home and letting crackheads move into it while you still live there and letting them invite their friends and so on and so on. And at some point, you become a bitchy bystander in your own home. Are you a bitchy bystander in your head? By the way, the worst kind of bitchy bystander is the one who goes, oh, well, I'm doing okay. It's not too bad compared to other people. In other words, flat. I used to drink beer. One day the bartender pours me a beer, and it's flat. And I said, Bob, it's flat. That's all I had to say. Machine ain't worth drinking. And most people will suck on a flat beer way of life every single day. You didn't come here for calm. You came here for creative. You came here for caring and sharing in the celebration of life. My name is Mr. 2020. You are listening to the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing and one thing only, and we invite you to a way of life based on possibilities instead of living a life about fixing yet another problem. Let's imagine have something yummy. Maybe you even joining remarkable as we go into the summits. So 1 year later, I'm transformed, not just physically, but on all levels, because I took a major dream of mine that was dead and brought it back to life on Christmas Day. What dreams have you let die? What dreams are you watching die right now? I have a dream. And that dream is that I have more playtime and more playmates. That's my super secret agenda too. And I want you to steal that. What if you had more playtime and more playmates? What if there's more dance and delight in your day? Instead of dreaming about someday. Dreaming about someday is just doubting. I invite you to dance today. That's it. Have a great day. My name is Mr. 2020. Sharing is caring. I'd love to hear from you. If this gives you gold, let me know. I love listening to my bird song. See ya.